Hello, lovely people. You are welcome once again to my platform. In our previous lesson, I show you guys how you can create variables, right? So in today's video, we are going to look at how we can create variables at the same time how we can display variables. So this is what we are going to do in this video, right? And variables are containers used to store data in the computer memory, right? Variables are what containers that we can use to store data in the computer memory. One may ask that why do we need variables? We need variables because we are creating a program, and this program is going to base on what data, right? A lot of applications that you are seeing, they base on what data, and you need somewhere to store this kind of data. And for you to store those data, you need variable to store those what data, right? And for you to store a data, the first thing that you need to do is to specify what's the type. If you guys would remember, I said that you need to specify what's the type. You specify the type, right? That's the first thing. You specify the type, then you give that container a name. So I said that is what the variable name, right? And after the variable name, we have what our assignment or operator. Then after the assignment operator, then the value that I want to store or you want to store, right? So this is how we create variable, right? So you need to specify the type, right? Then the variable name, then the value. The reason why you need to specify the type is that we have different kind of data that you can store in Java. So you need to specify that, oh, okay, I want to store an integer data, I want to store a boolean, I want to store floats, right? So you need to specify what those types so that it will help us know, or it will help the compiler or the machine know that, oh, this kind of data is just an integer, or this one is a boolean, or this one is a string, right? So that's why you need to specify what those data is very, very important. So now, if I want us to create one variable straight away, we use types. So I will have a separate video on types, right? So now the first type that we are going to use is what? Integer, right? Int. So int stands for what? Integer. So this means that we can store positive numbers and negative numbers. So after the int, then you need to bring in what? The variable name. So let's say my variable name is going to be number, right? I will also have a separate videos in what variable name it, how you can name your variable, right? So after this name, the variable name, then we bring in what the assignment operator, then after that what the value. So let's say that I want to store 500 or 600, right? So this is what my variable. I have created a variable called what? Number, and this number is holding 600 in my computer what memory, right? So anytime that I need this 600, I need to call what? Number. Okay, I don't need to call 600. I need to call number, and I'll get access to what? This 600, right? And I said that you can also store what? String, right? So we can store string, and let's say that this string will have a variable name, right? And so we put string in what? Double quotes. In Java, we must put them in what? In double quote. Then in here, I will have the data or the value as what? Miracle, like this. So this is how you can also create what? A string what? Variable. So this means that right now the computer will know that, oh, okay, this type is what? String. We are trying to display what? Characters. Okay, and at the same time you can also store car, right? So I can store car, and let's say that the variable name can be what? Letter, right? And with car, right, we are trying to store what? A single letter, right? We are trying to store what? A single letter, right? So let's say I want to store a, like this. Okay, so this is how you create what? Variables, right? We create variables with their type, the variable name, then you provide in with what? The value. Quite very simple, right? Now that you know how to create variables, the next aspect is that how can you display these variables on your console? It's very simple, right? If you know pseudocode, you know that after doing this, the next thing is that you use the keyword that you can use to display something on the console. Okay, so in here in Java, we use the system.out.println to display something on the console, right? And especially the print line method is the one that we are going to use to display our value, Okay, so for you to get access to the system.out.println, if you don't want to type it, right, the only thing that you need to do is what s out, right, like this, and it's going to give you the system.out.println. Okay, so right now, if I want to display this 600, the next thing that I need to do is that I'll type in what number, right? I'll provide in with the number straight away, and when I run it, it's going to display 600, but not what number, right? You can see that it's displaying what 600. This means that this is what the variable name, right? For me to get access to this 600, I need to type in what this variable name. Without the variable name, I cannot get access to what this 600. Are you getting it? Right? So the same thing, if I want to display the name, right, I will use what the system.out.println, then I'll type in what's name, right? And when I run it, I'm going to get access to 600 and also what Miracle, right? So these are what's the data over here. So this is how we create variables, and this is how we display variables on our console. Quite very simple for you to understand it, right? And with this kind of data over here, if let's say that I want to add a statement to it, let's say that my name is Miracle or your name is Miracle, right? It's quite very simple, because your name is Miracle is going to be a string. I need to put it inside what double quote, and I will say that your name, your name is Miracle. Then I'll need to bring in something we call the concatenating what sign. So this sign over here, in here, it becomes of concatenation, meaning that it's trying to add this statement and this one together, right? So if I run it like this, you'll see that it's going to print out to your name is Miracle, but in here the is and Miracle are together. So if you want to separate it, the only thing that you need to do is that you bring in what space over here, and then you run it again, and it's going to do the same thing for you, right? So you can see that I have what this thing over here, right? So this is how you can print out what message. This is how you can create a variable, and this is how you can print out your message. Quite very simple. I hope this makes sense to you, right? So in our next lesson, I'm now going to teach you how important this variable names is, and how you can create your variable names, and the rules behind variable naming. I will see you there. Bye bye.